Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagama Raghunathavitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha Vande Guru Padadandam Bhakta Vrinda Samannitam Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Vande Nityananda Sahuditam Sri Nandanandanang Vande Radhika Charanadvayam Sri Nandanandanang Vande Radhika Charanadvayam Gopi Jana Samayukitam Vrindavano Manoharam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Again, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my most respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of my Srila Guru Pada Padma. Srila Guruji, His Divine Grace, Sri Srimad Bhakti Rakshak Sridhara Deva Goswami Maharaj, and pray for His divine mercy on me. Thereafter, I offer my most respectful obeisances to my glorious Shiksha Guru Pada Padma, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj, as well as His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, my Sannyasa Shiksha Gurudev, and all other revered Guru Vargas, beloved Guru Vargas. Finally, offer my heartfelt obeisance unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, great Mahatma, and pray for all of their divine mercy be showered upon me and all of you. Invocation, prayer for the divine graces of the highly realized souls, exalted pure devotees, always very beneficial in our life. So much gain can appear, can be had in our life simply by their blessings, divine grace. Sometimes I need to. Is there any way that you record me without keeping me this?
It's not a problem. You can make.
I don't want to cut
No,
because
it's
so
not a
close to
problem.
my heart. Anyway, so you can say, but I feel shy, hesitation to come.
It's not a problem. You can spontaneously make.
Sometimes receiving the special blessings, divine grace of the pure devotees of the Lord and also their lordship, like receiving a special grant in our life. Suppose when we have to earn some a treasure of life, we have to learn crores of money in our life just on our endeavor, by our efforts. It takes a long time and so much time, energy. I suppose if we are just awarded, millions in our life, and we just have it through awards, in the form of rewards, we can become so much gainer, so much rich just in a moment by this special grant. Gracious grant. But if we had to earn that through dedicating time, energy, it takes so long time and so much energy. So similarly, the spiritual world, in our spiritual life of advancement, when you receive some special grant, in the form of mercy, divine grace, in our life, things become so easier, so benedicting, fulfilling. Success comes more easy way. Therefore, this is the way. We are required to practice humility. In other words, spiritual humbleness, which is not weakness, but actually full of power. Yet, special spiritual power is expressed in way of some Vaishnava humility and humbleness. Pride is not the real way of expressing our power. Gentlemanly ways, kindness, spiritual kindness, compassion, lovingly accommodating nature without wrong compromise. Loving compassion itself has got so much power within. Much more effective. Much more effective in our life, rather than while we try to exhibit ourselves, forcibly impose ourselves on somebody, try to assert ourselves with false pride, and try to control others. That's not the high-class way. Controlling everybody through love and affection, pure love feelings in relation to love of God is the real way, real powerful way, positively powerful way. We often understand this truth in our spiritual life. Okay. I also offer my loving regards to all the good hearts, good souls assembled here. We consider all of you to be my eternally near and dear relatives. We have eternal divine relationships among us. From the spiritual plane, from the plane of soul, needs to be discovered. That higher common spiritual relationship from the plane of soul and super soul in relation to the Supreme Lord needs to be discovered in our life. Then there is no more mundane barrier of unknownness among us. We are all known to each other. All can understand and feel, realize that we are very dear relatives. We are all very near and dear relatives. Because after all, our origin is the same. Our divine origin is the same, Supreme Lord, absolute good. Supreme Lord, the personification of all pervading energy, power, beauty, bliss, ecstatic love, who is known by one of the beloved names as Krishna, is actually the origin. Our divine origin, eternal origin. We are sent in this material plane for some taste, for some comparative study, comparative experiences of our lives according to the law of karma. But our final target, final aim is to be reunited with my divine origin, the Supreme Lord, in love relationship. Again, being engaged, absorbed in eternal ecstatic love services, and be fulfilled and fulfilled and fulfilled in life. We need to be perfectionist. Gaur Hari Bol. I'm just speaking a spontaneous way, the way truth is appearing in my heart. So in brief, we all need to realize the fact that, keeping us fully engaged only in taking care of the mundane family, everyday life, is not going to take us take us ahead. It's not going to really help us to receive our immortal goal of fulfillment in life. So besides doing our duties to our material family life, mundane family activities, we must engage in Krishna family activities, in the activities of the family of God, beautiful God, Krishna. Become a member, become a true member of his family. What we are originally, in our divine identity we are, remember. Right now it is staying in a prospectus way. Needs to be discovered. Everything is there. As soon as we can discover our real self, real divine identity, self, in relation to the supreme divine truth, Krishna, everything is there for us. The life of ambrosial treasure, matchless treasure, is waiting for us. This is reality. Our Srila Guru Maharaj used to explain with some beautiful example. Some practical example. Suppose somebody is born and brought up in a high-class rich family, a wealthy rich family. He has got everything. What happened, for some reason, he went mad. He just became mad and lost himself. So, being in madness, he started thinking he has got nothing. Lost his own memory, himself, all the knowledge about who is he, where from he is, and about his family and background. He simply started to pick up a stone, piece of paper, and some garbage from the road and street, and just eating from here and there. Guruji explained, in spite of the fact he has got everything, he has got nothing because he forgot. Okay, his memory is gone, knowledge is gone. So if somebody wants to bring some real good, if someone tries to do some good to him in real sense, comes forward and just Krishna and just comes forward to bring some help to him. I appreciate so much care from the good hearts. Appreciate. This is spiritual mood. Okay, so someone just comes forward to do some good to that mad person by saying, by making a gesture, oh, you have to bend down, you have to do so much labor in order to pick up some pieces of woods or stone or paper, so I help you. Picking up some same pieces of papers or woods or stone for you. I help you in this way. handing over to you. Will that be real? Will that be doing real good to him? Or, oh, you have been mad. You have remained so dirty without bathing for so many days. Okay. So, okay. And you have no good sleeping place here. You're sleeping on the footpath. So let me clean the footpath a little bit and make your space over here. And pat you a little bit. It's good, but it's not. It will not be real help to that mad person. The real help will be if someone can positively influence that mad person to bring back his real memory. Okay, bring back about the consciousness about who is he, what is his background, where from he is. That he is a member of such a wealthy family, rich family, got such a high-class background, he has got everything. Yet he lost himself, therefore he is thinking of himself in such a way that as if he has nothing. He has got nothing. If someone tries to bring back that memory, his real consciousness about his real sense of identity, who is he, then that will be real help. As soon as he gets back that consciousness, gets back himself, remembers everything, who is he, and he has got everything, then it's the same moment he has got everything. Okay, he goes back to the house, he goes back to home, sweet home, everybody waiting there, and warmly received, lovingly received there, embraced, he has got everything again. The Guruji used to explain that we similarly. We also have got so much, we have got everything in our life because Srinnantu Vishya Amitasya Putra, we are all basically the children, originally children of the nectarian truth, children of the absolute Supreme Lord, the embodiment of all nectarian fulfillment of life. So, being the children, being his or her children, naturally we inherit all his wealth, treasure. So, we have got so much treasure, okay, divine life of fulfillment. But yet, because of our forgetfulness, we think we have got nothing. So that should be our program. Our final program is to get out of this mortal life, the vicious circle of birth and death, okay, law of karma, and finally go to the abode, divine abode of the Supreme Beautiful Lord, our beloved Master and Guardian, beloved Lord of life. It is quite possible to receive that light, to attain to that level, to have that ambrosial divine attainment in our life, to have that ambrosial fulfillment of our life is quite possible. It is a self-evident reality. We just have to go for it. We have to hanker after this. With all determination, self-determination, wholehearted determination, we have to make our journey towards that goal. One day we can definitely attain that. I am not talking about any belief system, anything imaginary, but about the self-evident reality, self-effulgent reality, which is proven through many great lives who have actually achieved such divine fulfillment. Through the examples of great lives, we just know about that. Krishna He. I have to speak, keeping it in Shalima. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur. So, the exalted Mahatmas, pure devotees of Lord, guide us about how to live a Krishna family life instead of just some personal mundane life. It says, whatever you do in life, simply put Krishna, put Supreme God in the center and go round and round Him. Just do everything for His interest, in His service interest, instead of your just personal mundane interest or mundane family interest. If we have that sincerity in life, to do that, to put Krishna in the center of our life and do all our activities for Him, in His interest, for His pleasure, then we'll never be bound by the mundane law of karma, of action and reactions. We'll never be conditioned by the mundane action and reactions. We'll be liberated. We'll have the life of liberations, actually. Liberated from karma. And finally, go to the divine abode of Lord after the death of the material body. It is possible. Two things we have to do. Number one, we have to simply change our attitude. Change our mood, and change our mode, our attitude, our temperament. We have to convert that, change from self-centeredness into God-centeredness. Instead of remaining situated in the ego of I, me, mine, just need to be situated in the divine divine consciousness as everything I have, all actually belong to my Lord. Everything I have in life, all finally belonging to my divine Master, my beloved Lord, including myself. I also belong to Him, her. Need to be established in this sort of temperament, this sort of consciousness, awareness, and then do everything. First, give yourself to the Supreme Lord, at least sincerely, wholeheartedly try to give yourself in the service of Supreme Lord. And then do all your activities. engage in all your daily activities in life. Then all your even mundane activities can be qualified in a spiritual way instead of just they stay in a mundane way. It is possible. Tat Kurusha Madarpanam is the principle described in Bhagavad Gita. Jat karoshi yadisnati yad juhoshi dadasi jat tapusyashi kaunteya tat kurusha madarpanam. Whatever you do in life, whatever actions you engage in your life, jat karoshi. Now explaining, like whatever you eat, drink, jadasnasi, or whatever purpose you engage in doing yajna. Yajna means or whatever project you engage yourself in life, Jyoshi Dadasita, whatever charity you give, Jat Tapusyashi Konte, whatever sacrifice you make in your life to attain your target, achieve your target. Just simply do everything, do all those for me, for my cause. You will be liberated and ultimately come to me. If you can do that, you will be included in my divine family. You will be considered as my eternal family member, near and dear family member, and you will be sheltered by me in close love relationship with me. That is Lord saying in Bhagavad Gita. So that is our principle. Hands to work, mind and heart to God. We sometimes express in simple way. We have to do many duties in everyday life. But while we offer, we dedicate. In other words, while our mind and heart remains dedicated to the Lord, and our hands are engaged in doing different works, then all those works also qualified by our heart, by our real desire of the heart, and that is divine, which is God conscious. So there is a way, there are some practical ways of doing everything, engaging in all actions in life in God conscious way, Krishna conscious way, instead of mundanely conscious ways. We can wake, eat, drink, sleep, do all our works in Krishna consciousness. It is possible. But to understand the arts, we have to discover the arts of how to do. And they are also advised in the Holy Scriptures about how to do that. So the pure devotees say that we should not, the real intelligent, wise persons never waste the time, energy, valuable time, energy of life. The higher awareness, with the higher awakenment in life, we should act accordingly. Instead of remaining just limited within the mortal conditionings of the life, limited mundane life, we should go beyond, transcend it, surpass it with the superior ability already within you. and make the best utility of your rare human life and have the highest attainment, have the highest fulfillment, instead of simply wasting your time and energy and running after only certain mortal mundane stuffs, earning some mundane, so-called mundane wealth, things, and which will all just end up with the death of the material body. With the death of our material body, no matter whatever wealth or treasure, name, fame we earn on the mundane plane, will all be left behind. We cannot take anything with us. Okay. But while we accumulate spiritual merits, the true spiritual wealth, virtues in life, that actually goes with us even after the death of this material body. That comes into big help for our spiritual body after the death of the material body. So it's like accumulating so much money, divine money in spiritual bank account, divine bank accounts. Okay. So therefore, Mahajanas, exalted, realized souls say, don't waste your time and energy. You have received the human birth. It is invaluable by nature, so priceless and very rare. Don't think that in every life you are going to be born as a human being and going to get the same chance. You may not. So live in the present. Find the best utility. It will make the best utility of this your present life. Okay, invaluable human life. And be after the best gain. Go for the best gain of life. So whatever you do in life, whatever we do in life, let's connect all those activities with Krishna. Feel about my position as a caretaker of everything I have got in my family on behalf of my Lord, not as I am the owner. Not that I, me, mine feelings, but actually I am taking care of everything on behalf of my beloved Master, my beloved guardian, Krishna. And everything is fine, and we start living. We start living our family life in Krishna consciousness. In other words, we actually start living a Krishna family life instead of just materially conditioned life. That will be very intelligent. Put Krishna in the center and do everything for him. Questions may arise, how can we do that? In our everyday life. You know, sometimes questions arise from the people, good-hearted people, also from the devotees. How can we apply all the great ideals and principles of the great holy scriptures like Srimad Bhagavad Gita in our everyday life? The modern society, and I ask back, I question back, tell me how can we not? Because they are so self-evident truths, the ideals and principles Okay, all the great truths revealed by Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam or some other higher scripture are so self-evident realities. They all find, they all have natural applications in our life, whether in past or present or in the future, because they are considered eternal truths, universal truths. So their utility never goes away, whether in our past life or present life or future life. So when the question arises, how can we apply them in the present modern life? I have a question. How can we not? I question back, show me one realities, show me just one principle or the reality spoken by Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita which cannot be applied in our life. Nobody can give me one example even. Because Srimad Bhagavad, suppose, just take for example, let's discuss our Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what are the fundamental teachings? What are the fundamental teachings, educations of Srimad Bhagavad Gita? It teaches us to be powerful, to be honest, to be non-violent, to be kind, to be compassionate. It teaches us to go beyond the duality, not to be easily affected by the dualities of life, temporary dualities, pleasure and pain, well and woe. Okay. It teaches us to be detached from craving the fruits of the karma. Teach us to be dutiful and without being attached, addicted to the fruits of that activity you are doing. Because when you get so addicted to the results, hope and hope, as soon as you don't receive the result you are hoping for, expecting so much, then you get disappointed, disheartened, heartbroken. Krishna says this. Results will come on its own accord. It is supposed to come by law of karma on its own accord, in its own way. You don't need to worry. You simply engage in doing your duty, performing your duty, what you need to do. Result will come automatically by law of nature. You don't need to worry, because it's going to be the same whether you worry too much or don't worry, but still the result will be same. Your worries will not change anything. It's not that, oh, when you keep on worrying and worrying so much, okay, you are taking so much anxiety for the expected result, whether it will come or not, then the greater result expected, then we understand some utility of your worries. But why? It won't change anything. Why should you worry? The worry is going to change nothing. Krishna said, just be intelligent, be patient, go on doing your duty without being addictively, without having addictive expectation about the result. Very wise advice. Fruits or results will come on its own. Okay. Why should we be worried? So he advises that. Srimad Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to live life in the mode of goodness instead of mode of passion or ignorance. It gives us clear guidelines of different modes, the ways of our life in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. Whether as regards foods and ways of living life. It teaches us to be knowledgeable, to be wise, to be self-confident, It teaches us to have self-care, self-love, as well as love for others, loving care for others. It says never become doubtful in your actions, in your living your life, because doubt do not take you to the success. It can lead you to the destruction. Samshayatma vinashati. So don't become doubtful, rather. Find out the truth. If you cannot understand many things, just try to find out. It will come. You can discover, eventually you can discover them as you keep on doing your sadhana. Bhagavad Gita says, always do all your activities guided by the lights of the knowledge, lights of wisdom. Never engage in the activities without the guidance of the lights of wisdom. Never engage doing any activity without proper knowledge of wisdom. Then you don't even know whether you are engaging in wrong or right activities. And go on doing proper karma, be a good karma yogi. Be high class karma yogi means become a good activist in a higher sense in life, become a karma yogi instead of remaining on the low level of karma. Instead of remaining just ordinary karmi, become high class karma yogi. And also at the same time cultivate, try to apply yourself, try to dedicate yourself to receive the higher knowledge, wisdom of life, divine wisdom, through which you can know me, you can know yourself, you can know the universe. So lights of the wisdom is very much required besides your engagement of activities, because you need to be aware of yourself, universe, and the creator, the origin of all yourself and universe, me, Supreme Lord, Supreme God. Then Bhagavad Gita teaches us also requirement to be engaged in yoga, dhyana yoga, for the upliftment of yourself, the divine knowledge, wisdom, and the higher realizations. It has great utility for body, mind, and spirit, for the progress of upliftment of body, mind, and spirit, dhyana yoga. And finally, he, Lord Krishna, presented to us the conclusion, essence of his teachings. Ecstatic, loving devotion to me. Be my lover, my devotee. Try to be my devoted lover. Finally, attain the eternal, ecstatic, loving service to me. Love relationship with me. Because the highest fulfillment of life can only come through that realization, experience of ecstatic love services to me, ecstatic love exchanges with me, loving reciprocation with me. All your karma, jnana, yoga cannot take you to the level of the highest fulfillment of life unless you become my devoted lover, unless you experience the unlimited ocean of ecstatic love relationship with me. Okay? Loving service to me. Bhagavat Premananda. So all culminates. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, all finally culminates in the Prema Yoga, Prema Bhakti Yoga. Beautiful. So Srimad Bhagavad, in this way, Srimad Bhagavad Gita gave us so many invaluable teachings. Krishna here. It teaches us the method of, it teaches us that kind of non-violence in life which is full of power. There is no weakness. At the same time, non-violence. A spirit of non-violence full of heroism. What is found in the life of Arjuna, Lakshmana, Ramachandra, in the life of Buddha also. Even sometimes we see also, not from so far, I mean in the recent history also, from the life of Samrat Ashoka, Emperor Ashoka, Harshavardhan, they're all powerful personalities. From the Purana we see ancient time Maharaj Ambarish, King Parikshita, all great heroic personalities, so powerful but so noble at the same time. They are so non-violent, so noble, kind, compassionate, but full of power against the evil. Krishna also taught us, try to deal with everything with love and compassion, kindness, kind considerations. While it fails, wake up with your own power, heroic power. Destroy the evil to protect the good. In order to protect the good, if it is required, you have to destroy the evil force. So, destroying the evil power to protect the good power is not considered violence. It is a non-violence. It is a non-violent activity like war for peace. Like against some terrorist movement. No message of love and compassion or kindness will work for them. Those who are engaged in killing small children, women, innocent people, in the name of so-called revolution. What can we go to tell them, advise them? We should give a try to influence, positively influence them to take the proper path, to be good, give up all the evil ways of life and become good person, accept the good path. It may not work. You have no choice but to declare war against such terrorist activities in order to protect the good from that. And that's what Srimad Bhagavad Gita also taught, very practical things. Becoming kind-hearted, loving, compassionate doesn't necessarily mean you will be weak. So you should be powerful enough to defend the good against the evil. This is one of the great teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is a word for peace. So, in this way, so long I explained the various teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so many ways. Give me one example from all these which is not applicable, which doesn't have utility in our life to live a good life. You cannot give even one example from this. All are applicable. And They're not only applicable in our present lifetime, they're all applicable in past, present, and future. Because they are basically eternal truths. That the ideals, the principles, the truths spoken by the holy scriptures like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, others, all consider it eternal, universal truth, eternal, unchangeable truths. They find great applications in all eras of our lives, not just present, modern day, past, present, future, covers all. Because the nature of such teachings are eternal. Because they're eternally applicable, unchangeable. The ideals, principles, teachings presented by Bhagavad Gita are unchangeable, eternal. Sometimes some change may be found, the essence remains the same. Little changes of the format of delivering, presenting the same message, same ideas, same principles can change, but the essence, very essence, essential character of those ideals, principles, truth remain the same throughout all our time, place, situations, basically. Why am I saying all this? So, in connection with the point, how to live our life in Krishna consciousness. See, if we apply all these teachings of Lord Krishna in our lifestyle will be so great, so advanced, so well developed. We can live a very high-class life instead of just ordinary, limited, mundane life. We can easily wake up from bed when we're waking up. We can easily wake up by chanting, remembering some holy names of the Lord, chanting holy names such as Sri Hari, Sri Hari, Sri Radha, Krishna, Govinda, Gopinath, Madano, Mohana. Start our day with Krishna consciousness by chanting, singing some holy names and remembrance. You can even, suppose while we're taking bath, we can also chant some mantras, feel that the potency is there, there is some special potency, life invigorating potency in the water, and I'm taking bath now. So now I am getting invigorated by the Lord's potency which is present in the water, receiving some strength for my nervous system, for my body. Everything. As you are eating food, consider. Offer the foodstuffs to the Lord. Lovingly offer the foodstuffs to the Lord. And then accept. Afterward, accept it as prasadam instead of directly enjoying fruits. Instead of directly eating the fruits, just eat the fruits in the form of prasadam. So helpful in life. While eating the prasadam, think that there is potency, life-giving potency, life-sustaining potency inside the food, which is no other than Lord's energy. So, eat food. While you eat food, eat prasadam in that awareness, with that consciousness. I'm actually eating food, intaking Krishna's potency, life-sustaining, life-nurturing potency inside, in the form of food, and feel blessed, feel grateful to the Lord. We recognize all these with gratitude. Though Lord, you have created us, and you have also created a very nice environment to live our life, food, water, air, light, everything for us. You are so merciful. Just acknowledge. Have this acknowledgement, gratitude. And with that gratitude, feelings of gratitude will relate to everyday activities, eating, drinking, even sleeping. Before sleeping, you can also remember about nice pastimes of the Lord. There is a particular mantra, particular way of sleeping, like remembering about the sleeping Leela of the Lord. Sarane Padmanabhanja. Lord is going to rest now. Remember it. And you also rest. Connecting your consciousness with the rest of the Lord, you also now rest peacefully. Instead of thinking so many other things, try to think of some nice Leela of the Lord and fall asleep in Krishna consciousness. Very easy if we want to do. Very, very difficult if we don't want to do. Choice is ours. Lord, we are all endowed. See, we are all born and brought up on this plane, endowed with some free will, freedom. Krishna. So, it's in our hand whether we want to make misuse or proper use of our free will. We want to become our enemy or our friend. Yes. Another great instruction of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is that be your friend, never become your enemy. Krishna points out. See, Krishna points out towards the fact you can become your worst enemy, you can also become your greatest friend. Choose what you want to become. Atmaivo jhatmano bandhu atmaivo ripuratmano uddharedatmanatmanam. Simply save yourself, uplift yourself by the help of yourself. I repeat, save yourself. Uplift yourself with the superior ability already given within you by myself, by me. So, uddharid atmanatmanam, save yourself. Okay. Exalt yourself with the help of yourself. Natmanam avushaday. Next step he says, never disappoint yourself. You must never immerse you in any frustration, disappointment or despair. That will be very unfair to your own self. Okay. Knowing that you have got so much higher prospects, higher scope of life, still you just simply become lazy to know that truth, discover the higher truth of life, and just because of some futile matters you bring so much, you allow yourself to be in so much disappointment, frustration, despair. It's not, you are not treating yourself fairly. Be fair. So, save yourself, uplift yourself. Never allow yourself to be disappointed. Never cause any disappointment or frustration, despair for yourself. Atmanam avashaday. Atmaiva jhatmano bandhu atmaiva hiripuratmano. Must know this reality. You can become a greatest friend of yourself. Can also be a worst enemy to yourself. Just awake, arise, understand about your higher life, life of immortal life, of divine nature, of so much gain and fulfillment. And just with that awakenment, awareness, help yourself, uplift yourself from just limited, transcend yourself from the limited, mundane, mortal plane, become your greatest friend. Another priceless message of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, very practical in life. So positively motivational messages, these are considered to be very full of positive motivations, realistic motivations of life. Somebody asked me, how can we take care of our daily mundane works in the work field in Krishna consciousness? Because our work nature is so mundane type. Maharaj, you are saying you can do everything. That I can do everything in Krishna consciousness. Waking, eating, drinking, sleeping, bathing. Okay. All in Krishna consciousness. How can we take care of our job, do our job in Krishna consciousness? Because so much mundane nature, everyday life, dealing with some material stuffs. And I answered, following the explanation of our Guru Varga, I answered, simply keep it in your background consciousness, keep it in the back of your mind, consciousness. Whatever service, whatever work you are engaging in your work field, ultimately doing for Krishna. Whatever fruits, results you are going to gain from such work, activities, you are going to utilize in Krishna's service. And mystic, and what it happens, the means is justified by the end. Of course, we prefer good means, not bad means. The means is justified by the end in many, many cases. So suppose what for we are going to work? Mostly to make money, to earn livelihood. What for I am earning money? To live, to maintain a Krishna family life instead of my mundane family life. Just change your view, your thought process, your sentiments, temperament. Change it from mundane to supramundane, mundane to divine, from your own I, me, mine consciousness to Krishna consciousness. Then all the activities you are doing, engaged in Krishna consciousness, for Krishna, for the sake of Krishna, for maintaining, sustaining Krishna's family, not my family. I am simply caretaker, like in a palace. I have got a big palace. I am doing each and everything. But as a caretaker, I am not the owner. That should be the temperament. So do everything in that. Then even your mundane works, the mundane job you are doing, can also be spiritualized, spiritually qualified, because the motive behind it is spiritual. No more mundane. You won't be bound by the law of karma. You won't be bound by the condition of karma because of doing some material stuff, because it's now spiritually qualified, spiritually motivated. Because whatever you are earning from that mundane job, offering to Krishna in Krishna's service. And Krishna doesn't take away anything from our life. He gives back everything. So while we offer everything to Krishna, then accept all in as prasadam. So everything is there. Just blessed by Krishna's energy, everything is there. We can accept all as prasadam instead of direct enjoyer. Okay? That is the science. That is the science. That is the scientific ways. Super scientific ways. ways of the prajnanam, world of prajnana, jnana, vijnana and prajnana. So, do Krishna Samsara. Do you have the song book here? Can you find out the song Atma Nivedana Tua Pade Kori Vainu Paramasukhi, song composed by Thakur Bhakti Nandan. First line starting with Atma Nivedana Tua Pade Kori.
No, it doesn't have the.
Don't have it?
No, it doesn't have the.
Find from the internet. Smartphone. That song should be the song of Sharanagati. It teaches us. Okay? It teaches us about how to live a Krishna family life. Okay, can somebody read out the translation? Very educated. How to live a Krishna family life. How to be engaged in a Krishna family life.
Atma Nivedana.
Atma Nivedana Tua Padekuri. A beautiful song by Bhakti Nandan Swami. Please read out and just read out the translation.
English. Having slipped in nature's ocean, my life is uncertain. Oh, how will I reach the shore without information? I haven't got strength from good deeds. I have no strength from learning, no sacrifice, no principles, penance or communing. I've become extremely weak and don't know how to swim.
No, it's not that song. Song I'm looking for Atma Nivedana Tua Padekuri. Vainu Paramasukhi. Yes, you have got that.
Yes. Having submitted my soul at your feet.
Please, one request. Please read each and every word and lines with feelings. Kind of you are reading with feelings. But in such a way so that it's not just read and just heard, listened and forgot. So meaningful, significant, each and every word and line. So please read in such a way so everybody can hear with attention, with the understanding of the meanings. Okay, please. Loudly.
Having submitted my soul at your feet, I'm supremely elated. Sorrow is banished and no anxieties remain. I see only bliss in the four directions.
In the four directions, all around. I only experience bliss all around.
You two lotus feet are the reservoir of nectar, that best of freedom from lamentation and fear. Now, by taking refuge of them, I have given up the fear of worldly existence. I shall serve in your household, never partaking of the fruits of my labor. I shall diligently tend to your satisfaction only, being fully dedicated at your feet. In course of serving you, whatever difficulties may come are indeed the topmost joy. The pains and the pleasures of service to you are the greatest assets, for they destroy the misery of nescience. Having completely forgotten my past history, dear to experience the joy of service to you. All I know is that I am yours and you are mine. What need is there of any other treasure. Bhaktivinoda submerged in the ocean of bliss, devotes all of his efforts in the service to you, and dwells in your house according your wishes.
Beautiful. This is an ideal song to teach us, educate us about how to live life in Krishna consciousness, in Krishna's family. Okay. Any query? Yes, please.
To detach of the fruits of work, that's maybe work, but how is to become detached from the lust? What is sexual attraction? It's a culmination of it, and maybe even marriage will not help.
You're talking about some specific detachment about in some specific field, you just said.
In general, I mean,
Please present your question again.
To become detached from the fruits of work, maybe it's not so difficult, but how to get detached from the lust, or culminate in sexual attraction, and maybe even marriage will not help.
By cultivating and developing some higher knowledge or awareness about the sexual energy of life, that through some yogic method, the same energy can be transformed into oja, a kind of divine potency. So, so when we become aware of its higher utility in our life, higher utility of the sex energy in our life, it can be converted into a high class potency, which is very helpful for us, called oja. Then there will be positive motivations in our life to do that, to have that, to be empowered with that potency which is called oja. More than physical energy or physical power. It's more. That has got more to do with the spiritual level, a higher plane of our life. So, why am I explaining this? In order to eliminate something, we also need to feel attracted to accept something. Because life doesn't remain vacant. Life cannot remain just, vacant anyway. So, in order to detach ourselves, we also need to be attached to its positive, higher gain. Then elimination. So when we have the higher motivations to gain in our life, then we can eliminate something, make some sacrifice for acceptance, or some acceptance which is higher and greater than what I eliminate. So first of all, back to the point, first of all, one should motivate oneself, one's own self, that I can find the greater utility of my sex energy in the form of the oja, a divine, a kind of divine power, instead of just only utilizing it, making use of it in a lusty way, just wasting this. Number one. So I have got good motivation to control myself from wasting our vital fluid, some vital energy of life. Number one, you've got some motivation, positive motivation. Number two, just through the meditation, you need to cultivate some sort of mental setup, mind setup, in such a way so that it realistically shows you what the negative sides of sexual attraction. Like Mahajanas or Guru Varga explain in a practical way on that sort of contemplation. Some great sadhus often do that. Basically, what is lusty attraction? Just some towards two bodies. Okay, love is different thing. I will come back to that point later. Between two material bodies. Suppose you conceive of that same material body skinned off. Same beautiful lady's body or male body skinned off. If you look at it, you won't feel attraction, you won't feel any lust for that. All gone immediately. Some repulsion will come. Some pity will come, or some repulsive feelings will come. Okay. When you consider about the real nature, or the nature of the mundane body, mundane existence, it contains so many negative sides, negative things, filth and all. It's material, biological sides. You won't feel attracted. No attraction. For example, the parts of each other, male, female, feel attracted. If the same parts are cut off the body and presented to you, you won't feel attracted towards those parts. So it's not bodily attraction. Basically, the attraction happens out of some loving attraction, but then at some point it comes down to the gross level of the physical. Only physical without love it can happen. But when one considers things with some particular meditation, when one thinks of the certain basic realities, fundamental material bodily realities, biological realities, rising above the illusion of the romance, okay, then one can easily feel detraction, opposite to lusty desire, detraction. And you can be very calm and quiet and totally detached. Okay. If you think of the skeleton of your partner, or just blood and flesh and how it only biological things working, you won't feel attracted. All this. So attraction, basically sexual attraction or lust, it all comes basically from the mind, from our certain personal feelings and attraction, more subjective rather than it is bodily things. It all starts from the mind, mental plane. And then it comes also, whatever you call it, lust or having lust or whatever, starts from mind. If the mind remains under control, you can control the mind in a certain way, yogic way, then it doesn't come. For example, why I am saying this? Suppose you think two lusty lovers are going to die. They know just in few moments they are just going to die. Okay? In that moment, they won't feel so attracted to each other. Same lovers, they may not feel so attracted to each other in a bodily way, with any lust, because they're just going to die in a few moments. So mind is so much occupied with the fear of death or anxiety of the death, although the same bodies are there, present, not attractive. So, when mind is kept under control, last also under control. Now your next question will be how to control that mind. Many things are illusorily, many things, certain ways of the lusty attachment actually happens due to some our illusory notions, illusory biological notions. So, as we consciously think of, consciously contemplate of some of the negative realities, bodily realities, just as I explained, biological realities, all lust will just go away, vanish. Detraction will come, in other words, detachment will come. The practical ways I'm speaking, some of the yogis, great yogis also do that. Some dhyana in that way. But it doesn't necessarily mean disregarding the laws of the love making, which are blessed by the Lord for the creation of lives in the mundane plane. Because your question was around the lusty attachment. That's what I am discarding. But by this way I'm not going to discard the necessity of some love-making energy, okay, which is created by the Lord in order to bring new lives on the earth, okay, for the new births. So that's the utility, side of the utility. While accepted, the love-making energy and activity is accepted in a balanced way, in the mode of goodness, then they are fine. They have utility. They have needs by the law of creation, sanctioned by Lord Krishna. But that's not considered lusty activity. Okay, it is more, it's done with more loving attraction. Lust will be there. Sometimes difficult to differentiate between love and lust. So it gets mixed up. As long as it is in a balanced way, utilized for the sake of creation, to invite newer creation, to invite the new life on this earth in our life, it is okay, it is fine. But as soon as it gets lusty attachment, that is not good in life, because that brings so much problems even in the married life. So much conflicts and problems, misunderstanding, they hate each other. All so-called love relation gets converted into relations of hatred. We often find that in the married life. So much love today, and after a few months or after some time, the same couple wants to divorce each other. They cannot tolerate each other. All this. So this is the nature of the mundane concept of love. It's not love divine. That's the great difference. That's the fundamental difference between divine love and the mundane love. Because the concept of the mundane love also, also based on some selfish contract conditionings. Okay, as soon as that selfishness is disturbed, all love is gone. It's not unconditional love, it's very much conditioned, mundanely conditioned. But the love divine is opposite. It's not based on selfish ways of feelings. I love you because I like you. It's not like that. As soon as I don't like you, I don't love you anymore. This is a love based on contracts, condition. Okay, this is what is the character of mundane love. Because, oh, this moment I like you, I love you so much. Next moment I don't like you, I don't love you. So it is not based on principle, dharma. not based on dharma of life, but is based on temporary likings or dislikings, which is controlled by selfishness, selfish ways. Therefore, so much problems happen. But when a love is based on dharma, principles, it is not dependent on whether, it's not dependent on my temporary likings or dislikings, that I am determined, we are determined to take care of each other through well and woe, through pleasure and pain, through good times and adverse times. When the marriage happens with such holy promises, noble commitment of love and care, love and trust to each other, not just based on some temporary likings and dislikings, then it is called ideal married life, which accommodates kindness, forgiving, compassion, and loving care for each other, not just based on temporary liking, dislikings. That is higher quality of love relation in the married life. Okay. So, but that's not found mostly. So love divine is that divine love is not based on whether I like or I don't like. It is based on some dharma. Suppose Krishna is my beloved master, he is my supreme Lord. I should love. I ought to love, should love. If I have some temporary dislikings for Krishna, that is my enemy. I should not allow. I should not indulge into that. That is my enemy. I ought to love. I should love. I should come, because he's my true friend, true loving guardian. He's my beloved Lord. That is called love based on some higher noble principle and dharma. And at some point it becomes incessant love, uninterrupted by any conditions. That is the nature of high-class love. So anyway, in relation to your question, I explain more. Now the time, I need to stop. Is it the time for doing Arati now? Okay, so we have to stop. Okay. I wanted to invite more questions, but no time. Some other time.